Hey, it's Alpha Bob, here with some relaxing time in null space, hacking away at some relic sites. Here we have one relic site ready to go, but I want to scan down this last signature so I can pull in my probes before I start. If someone enters this system, I don't want them to see my probes in space, which is an obvious clue that I'm an explorer. When I am hacking, I will create a fleet with myself. This way I can use the tag feature to mark good containers. Cool, a second relic site. I now start my cargo scanning of the containers. 26 million ISK, a good start. I tag this with an X. I promise that I won't cherry pick. When no one is around, take the time to finish up a site, this way a new site can spawn. I pull in my probes and start the first hack. Please watch my videos on my hacking tips, but I will point out some of those tips here. Like here, if you are blocked within 8 spots of the start, then find a different path. Blocked again, but this time I will use the angle tool. I'm close enough to the opposite side, so I want to break through it. I will break through this virus too. Bingo, come to daddy. 26 million ISK richer. Take note, I started with 200 million ISK in my cargo. I've been in this region for a while. When you find a good region of null space, just log out and keep farming the relic sites. To become good at exploring, you do have to enjoy playing the hacking minigame. Even with minimal alpha skills, you should be able to complete most hacks. And you do get 2 attempts, so exploding a container shouldn't happen too often. Watch closely to all the decisions I make during my hacking attempts. Alpha Bob is near perfect in his hacking prowess, but if you can spot any mistake that I make and call it out in the comment section, I will reward you with 100 million ISK. This hack turns out to be one of the more difficult hacks that I attempt. But of course, Alpha Bob has no problems avoiding defeat, and he finds the system core. One more good container to hack. Sometimes hacks can be super easy, with the rule of 6. Nice, I have finished the good containers in this site. You can use the low-value containers for practice. But I will explode the remaining containers by failing each hack twice. If you cherry-pick a site, which will leave containers unhacked, then the site will remain in space for a few hours. When a site disappears, it will respawn somewhere close. So most players will despise cherry-pickers, but if you are in wormhole space or there are other players in the system, cherry-picking can help you keep safe and increase your ISK per hour. It's a choice made best by the individual. I will speed up some parts of this video so it's not 1 hour long, which is about how much time this hacking session took. Here we have the other relic site, and I cargo scan all the containers as I fly towards them. Rubble containers are the easiest. You can just speed your way to the opposite side, removing any viruses that block your way or that are close to good nodes. Here I check the map and the route I set for my last login. It shows no one in nearby space. Also, I check for docked players. I like to know if there are large numbers of docked players. It can lessen the shock of seeing a bunch of players in local. But don't think that they are all asleep, you just don't know. Usually I won't hack in a system with docked players. This hack puts up a little bit of a fight. Remember, the system core is usually on the other side, at least 8 spots away. Now you get to watch Alpha Bob struggle big time with this hack. Pause the video and see if you can guess where it is hiding. Lots of 5 spots around here. 5 is the max number the game will display, so a good node could be farther than 5 spots away. Ugh, where could it be hiding? Really, that was close. Alpha Bob doesn't like to fail. On to the next system. Here we found another relic site. I keep scanning the other signature as I start my warp. And now I start my cargo scanning. Only 2 good containers. Here we go. The 2 ruin containers are worthless, but I will do them just for practice. This first one is pretty easy. But this next one is a pain in my ass. Okay, I think I only had one mistake with this hack. Can you spot it? I blow up these last 2 containers. This relic site has been cherry-picked. But with no one around, I will still cargo scan the remaining containers. Okay, not too bad. This first hack will show how to handle the suppressor virus. If I attack it right now, I'll lose 75 health. But finding this keypad, I can half its HP, and now I only lose 30 health. Having lower health, I avoid these virus spots. And I get lucky. Keep watching my hacks for mistakes. I will fast forward through the boring parts.
Warp drive active.
18 million ISK on this one. I make 2 mistakes on this hack. For each mistake, I will send 100 million ISK to the first comment that points it out. Just include the timestamp at the point when I make the mistake. Another try, this one goes much better. I decide to make a stop at a data site. Usually I will skip data sites. They don't have the big payouts above 10 million ISK, and sometimes the containers are spaced far apart. But this is good practice and can help resupply my needlejack filaments.
active.
There is another player in this system. He could be docked up, but I don't want to take any chances. Since my next jump gate is out of D-scan range, I will warp to a planet
Warp
first.
drive active. Warp drive active.
I fly to a bookmark and open up the map window. I'm checking the statistics on players in space, and now I check for docked players. Since both show 0, this player has most likely arrived recently into this system. I would not expect there to be a bubble on the gate, but here's how to be safe. First, with other players in the system, don't fly gate to gate when you can't see the gate on D-scan. If there's a planet near the gate, fly to that planet first. But there are no planets anywhere near this gate. So how can I scan for a warp bubble if I can't get close to this gate? I will show you a great trick you can use. Pick the furthest planet and start to warp to it, but immediately abort the warp with the stop ship command. Repeat this sequence until your cap is 0.
Warp drive active.
Now pick the gate and start your warp. Since your ship doesn't have enough capacitor for the full distance of this warp, it will only go part of the distance. We are still out of D-scan range, so we do this process again.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
Our ship is now within 14 AU, and D-scan shows the gate is clear. It's now safe to warp to this gate.
Warp drive active.
It's good to be a little bit paranoid at times. It can save your life. Warping from a bookmark will be mostly safe, as hunters usually set up their bubbles expecting you to warp gate to gate. Hacking in NULL can be dangerous. This player could have been cloaked up on that gate and just told his buddy that we are warping through it. Now we are in the clear, but Alpha Bob has had enough excitement for tonight. We will come back later to continue this hacking session. Time to fly to a bookmark and log out. When you find a region that is mostly quiet and has a good number of relic sites, just log out and come back later. Hacking in NULL can be great on your alternate characters. Just jump back to high security when you are ready to sell your loot.
Warp drive
I usually
active.
wait until my cargo is at least 500 million ISK before flying back to Jeddah, but you can adjust that risk according to your comfort level. I hope you have enjoyed this peaceful hacking session today. I'll make a few more of these videos. And until that time comes, happy hacking.